Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from LAX2011 Comic Strip Group 45. Today we're going to record our group discussion 6. My name is Nurin Afina Izzati. My metric number is 198456.
My name is Sarah Nazia binti Hamid. My metric number 203296.
My name is Nazira binti Zulkarnain. My matrix number is 198742.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Afiq bin Sarudin. My metric number is 193886.
My name is Muhammad Farkan. My metric number is 193888.
Hi, my name is Nur Syafiqah binti Lubayan. Matrix number 198935. Alright, so today we are going to do our like Nurin said, video 6, group discussion 6 with sekali. So today we are going the content of our video is to reflect on our tasks firstly, and then secondly to share our experience regarding the group with ourselves, and lastly to select the best artwork and justify it. So first of all, reflect on the task. So what do you think about the task that have given since from our first meeting?
Overall, I really enjoyed completing all the tasks because I gained a lot of new experience, contributing ideas on the plots and like brainstorming what kind of comic strip we are going to produce, and we before COVID-19 we are able to like sit together and draw and color everything. I think it is such a fun thing to do.
What do you think of it?
Go ahead.
For me, this comic strip experience taught me a lot of how I'm going to improve my English. Besides, most of us have our own idea about the specific topic that we have picked from the first discussion, and most of us have our own idea, and actually all of the idea is good, and the selected two is probably the best, and I think the outcome also from this the video that we have made previous weeks have teach us about the current situation on the current situation. Like the first video this video tunjuk pasal apa? Oh, okay. Like the first video, the storyline is about environmental environment. Like the first comic strip taught me about the current situation on the environment, and the second is mental illness, and both taught me new things. I think that's about me. What about you, Ciao?
Yeah.
Apa tu?
I want to give my opinion about this comic strip. So either we realize or not, comic strip actually is a piece of art. So the purpose, we need to know the purpose of art is actually one of the purpose of the art actually is to give a message for the people. So as you can see that our comic strip by doing this comic strip, we also learn part of the purpose of art, which is we want to give a message by through our artwork. So it's the same purpose with the like artists before this. They make an abstract. They make the abstract painting in order to express their feel about politics, about societies, and everything like that. So the comic strip is actually a good method, and as a proof that arts also can give a message and spread the awareness to people also. So that's my opinion.
How about you, Sarah?
Um,
Ya
I
tu
think the our comic strip gives me a lot of experience, and I really enjoy it I when when we are in the making of comic strip. Because I have a because you guys are really good team. You guys are cooperating and very helpful during in the making of comic strip. Um, Comic strip also is one way to give a message in simple way. I think we can attract more readers to read comic strip. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. But as for me, I agree with Pakan's opinion. It is true that we can also convey our important messages to the society through comic. Maybe we could release articles, something like that. But people mostly won't read a long article. So we just simplify it into comic, make it more attractive so that it can convey the message short and concise and direct. And also to me, about this stuff, what I like, the thing that I like the most is because we can get to know of others' opinion as well, because everyone has their own opinion. That's why sometimes, that's why in our previous video we discuss and then we give opinion our own, we give opinion and we vote based on what we like the most, something like that. So I really like the talks given. Okay, so say
As as for me, as for me, okay. As for me, I agree with Shaf. I'm able to hear other people's opinion and perspective. So I'm able to learn more about others, especially my team. They are amazing. They give great ideas, a very great commitment and teamwork. I still remember on the first day of our recording, we actually our battery actually ran low, so we actually lost the footage. But since I have a very great teammate, so they were very patient. So it was a very great experience for me. As for the comic, it was very fun to make because instead of making a very like input comics, we managed to give a little aware about the environment and mental health, which need to be aware, especially nowadays.
I agree with Nazira. I also feel glad that we can actually convey messages through our comic strip. Instead of just doing something simple and funny, we actually give something to those people who read our comic strip. So I think actually um, it is a good experience for all of us, because like for me, I'm not really into arts, but by doing these activities, actually I develop more interest into arts, and I can see that through arts also we can share a lot of things, a lot of opinions and views on different topics.
Mm, that's correct. And also, beside, we don't have we our comic don't have dialogue at all. So it can be so even illiterate people can read, can comprehend what the message without having to read the dialogue. So it's better. It's like all the comic is for all. Beside, what what do you gain from our task? Afiq,
Yeah.
beside our opinion on comic, what do you gain from this like project, Afiq?
Soalan this video, next video that we have made past past weeks, I've learned that most of us have our own idea, like I told you before, and I I did notice that some of us have our own. Some of us have a talented. Some of us have a talent on drawings and coloring. For example, like uh, Nurin Nas, even though she's studying chemistry, but she also have talent in coloring and uh, express how she can express her idea through sketches like Pakan also. Uh, that's that's why that's what I some of the experience I've um, uh, gained from this text chemistry. Um, saya nak pass lah, kata saya nak pass. Okay, okay, that's all from me.
I agree with Afiq because I don't remember when was the last time that I color or even draw something. So from this like 2011 activity, I learned something, and also I can expand my circle of friends because I know our senior here, Farhan and Afi, and also our junior Sarah from different faculties. So we get to know more people because that is the point of LAX activity in the first place. Besides to gain knowledge, and also it is also to interact with others other than our own faculty. Okay.
Also from this course, I think we get to like kind of release our stress, because we are taking a lot of courses, and other courses are more like giving assignments that require a lot of thinking and stuff. But in this course, we are more relaxed. We can get to know each other. We can talk casually. We can share thoughts. We can like a lot of things like so basically from this course we don't have that much pressure compared to a lot of other courses. So I think we had so much fun by doing activities and improving our English skills, speaking skills.
Mm.
Yeah,
So I think we can
I also agree with the others. So as we can see is that the LAX only have in UPM. I think other unis doesn't have this kind of unis subjects. So LAX is one of the platform for students to brush up their skills, maybe to become another content creator. As we know that nowadays, a content creator give a big impact for the society. So to spread awareness, to give a knowledge content for the others. So this is the good platform for students to get involved in the industry of YouTube and others content creators. Yeah, maybe you guys can create your own channel after this, talking about your opinion about your interests, or maybe you want to make an art as your content for your channel after this. Yeah. So
So moving on to our next point, which is to select the best artwork. And then, but at the same time, you have to justify why you choose that in between the two artwork that we have done. So do you guys remember our first
oh well,
artwork?
yeah. Okay.
I do remember the drawing with the jellyfish plastic. We were talking. The topic is about about
Saving the
Pollution.
environment, the nature, the ocean, saving the ocean.
Okay.
saving the ocean,
Pollution.
like reducing usage of plastics, right?
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll start first. As for me, I prefer the first comic strip one, because I like the drawing and the fact that we are able to sit down together and produce the comic strip. So that's why I picked that. Aside
Yeah.
from the fact that it conveys a huge message on the usage of plastics, like even though a lot of people nowadays already realize that we have to make a change in the usage of plastic. But I believe through this comic strip we can spread more awareness to the public about the issue. So I picked the first comic strip.
Yeah, I
How
agree
about
with Noreen. Okay.
okay? How
Right.
about
Right.
your pick?
Banyak ni salah. Okay. I agree with Noreen. I agree with Noreen. Besides the story, I agree with Noreen. Besides the storyline about the ocean pollution, ocean pollution, isn't it? Is it? Mm. Um, I like the experience coloring coloring at library between each other, and besides, what do I say?
I am I? Yeah, I agree with Noreen. I like the first comic strip compared to the second one. Even though the second one comic strip looks more presentable compared to the first one, but I enjoy doing the colors together. We managed to sit down together and do it together instead of virtually. So it's very boring. Plus, the first comic strips are very entertaining, as in the graphic is not very scary for kids, not very dull. So that's why I like the first one. It's very colorful, so it's very eye-catching. And for the first comic strip, even though that we are most of us are aware about the environment issues, but people are not taking steps of cautions in saving the earth. So I think it's better to spread it more widely.
Mm. But actually, I kind of disagree with your first point because if only the MCO, the COVID-19 didn't happen and MCO never started, we will also sit together and do it, color and draw it together, discuss face to face for our second commit. So actually, I'm not invalidate your opinion, but I think even if it can be also for our second commit, don't you agree, Farhan?
Yeah. I quite agree with you because by hook or by crook, we need to adapt with any situation. So I enjoy both of the comics, but yeah, the value of memorable moment with all the students is the first comics. But the second one is also enjoyable to do. Yeah, it's a new norm that we need to adapt, but yeah. But for me, I choose the first one because I choose the first comics because the storyline is quite creative compared to the second comics, because the second comic is like storyline is too dramatic for me. But for the first comic is like it's more creative because means that uh, people don't think to make people cannot think to make plastic as the plastic as a character, as
Jellyfish.
the jellyfish with the plastic. We make a love moment as a awareness as a things that we want to spread our awareness to the people about the plastic usage. Yes, that for me, from my opinion.
Yeah, I also agree with all of
Would
you.
cakap.
Agree with all of you. I also like the first comic strip. Uh, like all of you have told about the storyline is good and the experience. I think I actually enjoy the experience more 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 compared to what we have done at the second comic strip, because it's only one person that is Pakan who did most of the work, and besides all of us just watching. I think um, for comic strip later on, if it is in this new norm, it is virtually. I think this season I have to improvise a bit, because um, most the the work that we have done with each other is kind of loose. That's all. For the I think for the experience the and besides why I choose comic strip one is like you guys have to. I like the story also about the environment. Environment. Actually, it's
Awareness about the ocean.
thought about the yes, the the awareness about the ocean and the pollution that we human have made to uh, the ocean, to the living creatures in the sea, which affect their ecosystem. And I think that's all from me. Mm.
How about you, Sarah? What? What? Uh,
Be
for
mindful.
me, I choose the first comic that we produced um the first comic we do like face to face meet each other to complete the task. I think this is the um I think the first comic is much easier for me than the second comic, because the second comic we do through Zoom meeting. So sometimes my line connection is not
Yeah.
okay at all. The first comic also it quite interesting for me because I like the I like when we color it together. Because the second comic we don't do it together.
I understand, but for me, I like the second one better. Maybe I'm against everyone right now, but my opinion and in my opinion, uh, the second one is more meaningful, especially to people who are struggling, because the first one is about saving the environment, and it's quite interesting for kids to read as well. But that one is not. It is important. Both theme is important, but to me, we especially the students who are struggling with studies, depressed with studies, will appreciate the second comic because, yeah, because every time they think that they are alone, when they read the comic, they think like it can somehow change their way of thinking that they are not alone. Everyone can help. We even have a hotline number to help. So it's kind of like that. I believe that one is more impactful. Maybe not obviously, but uh, more individually, it is impactful. So,
Okay.
so it seems like uh, comic, comic one won the best of us.
Mm.
So, so it seems like everyone loves comic one compared to the second one, which is why because we have our own reason why. Uh, I kind of agree with it. Everyone agree with it. So I
Yeah.
think that's all from us for our sixth video. That's all. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.